This is TechCrunch.
Given everything you've already heard about AI, you might not be surprised to learn that Google is among other outfits beginning to use sound signals to predict early signs of disease. How? According to Bloomberg, Google has trained one of its foundation AI models with 300 million pieces of audio that included coughs, sniffles, and labored breathing to identify, for example, someone battling tuberculosis. Now, it has teamed up with an Indian company, Salset Technologies, a respiratory healthcare AI startup, to tuck that tech into smartphones, where it can potentially help high-risk populations in geographies with poor access to healthcare. It's not Google's first foray into trying to digitize human senses. Its venture arm has also backed at least one startup that's using AI in an attempt to sniff out disease. Literally. Nvidia and Apple are reportedly in talks to contribute to OpenAI's next fundraising round, a round that could value the ChatGPT maker at $100 billion. Per its sources, the New York Times says earlier OpenAI investor Thrive Capital would lead the deal should it happen. Bloomberg was the first to report Nvidia's involvement, and the Wall Street Journal broke the story of Apple's potential interest. Microsoft, which already owns 49% of OpenAI, may participate as well. OpenAI needs capital. Its annualized revenue reportedly eclipsed $3.4 billion early this year, but it's said to be on track to lose $5 billion by year-end as it expands its AI training and staffing efforts. OpenAI has ties to both companies. It runs and trains its generative AI models primarily on Nvidia GPUs. Meanwhile, Apple earlier this year agreed to integrate ChatGPT into iOS as part of Apple's forthcoming suite of AI features, Apple Intelligence. It seems that the Ministry of Truth has been busy at Tesla. Some sharp-eyed folks, including reporters at Electrek, noticed that Tesla has deleted all of its blog posts prior to 2019. Those blog posts are a digital history of the company, covering everything from CEO Elon Musk's original master plan to the first autopilot fatality in a Model S to declarations on the capability of its EVs. Neither the company nor Musk have explained why. Lucky for us, archive.org still has a record. This isn't the first time Tesla has tried to edit its history. Several years ago, the company removed a post that supported the use of radar as an important sensor for vehicle safety. The company stopped using radar in its EVs in 2021. Gmail users on Android devices can now chat directly with Google's AI assistant, Gemini, about their emails in the Gmail app. Google rolled out the new feature, Gmail Q&A, on Thursday to users who pay for Gemini, according to a blog post, and announced the feature would be coming to iOS devices. With Gmail Q&A, users can access Google Gemini in the Gmail app as a personal assistant that can read your entire email inbox. Google says you can ask Gemini to summarize emails by stating things like, "Catch me up on the emails about quarterly planning." You can also use the feature to search for specific details, such as asking Gemini, "How much did the company spend on the last marketing event?" Of course, you'll have to bear with occasional hallucinations that plague even the best AI models when using this feature, so maybe don't trust everything it tells you. Traditionally, if you wanted to find information in your Gmail, you could use the search bar at the top of Google. That's not going away, but the Gemini button will be added next to the search bar. This is all part of Google's paradigm shift away from search and toward AI chat. Instead of locating the original email through search, Gmail is pushing users to have an AI chatbot summarize the info they're looking for. However, it will still cite the source email in its answer. Paying users can access the feature by clicking the black star logo, which has come to represent Gemini across Google's product suite in the top right corner of the app. For now, the Gmail Q&A feature only has access to your emails, but in the future, Google says it will connect to files in your Drive account as well. In June, Gmail Q&A was rolled out to web users of Gmail who pay for Gemini or Google One AI Premium. These users pay roughly $20 a month for AI features like this, part of Google's product and application layer around Gemini. It's unlikely that Gmail Q&A will come to free Gmail users anytime soon. Instead, Google is pushing features like Gmail Q&A to convince users that the expensive monthly subscription costs for Gemini are worth it. The company is also adding Gemini to all of its existing products, including Google Docs, Gmail, Google Calendar, and more, but it all comes at a price. Thus far, these AI products are Google's best shot at generating revenue off of Gemini. That's all for now. For more stories like this one, visit TechCrunch.com.